AM 1220, KHTS, your hometown station. I am Janice Murray, and I don't have a title for this show. I don't know. We have no formal title for this one, but this is an exciting moment for me. I get to finally interview Chuck Morris. He is a young man who I met, 6-8 months ago at a charity event for Boys and Girls Club. You and your lovely wife, we were at the same table, and I got enamored with him right away. He's such a sweetie, and eventually learned who you were and what you did, and Jerry, my boss, decides, Janice, you've got to do a show and highlight Chuck Morris and the Traveling Veterans Memorial Wall. And 9/11, when she told me to set the date up to do the interview, I thought, what an appropriate day to have you come in. So thank you so much. I know you've been here all day.
Yes, thank you very much for having me, Janice. It's really neat finally getting to sit down
to see
and
the
talk
light
with
at the
you.
end of the tunnel.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we've talked about it for a while.
So let our listeners know a little bit of your background.
Okay,
You are
sure.
a Korean
I'm
war
a Korean vet, right. When I was in the service, I had taken basic training in Fort Ord here in California, then was transferred to Fort Lewis, Washington, obviously in Washington. And I was on a troop truck ready to get shipped to Korea, and this was 1952, right at the end of 1952.
Okay.
And was told all of the guys that were on this troop carrier to get off, and we did, and they started counting off every other person.
Uh-oh.
And the other people, the even people and the odd people, I happened to be an even person, all the odd people got back on the troop truck, and they went and were sent to Korea. The even people, which I was one of, wound up going to Germany at the occupational force in Germany. So I actually, in fact, did not see any military service as far as gunfire and things of that nature. But I still was part of the Korean conflict. And years later, moving into Friendly Valley, where I live, which is a retirement community, I joined the Veterans Club. And the Veterans Club in Friendly Valley has been going for probably 40 years.
Wow.
When I first joined some 15, 20 years ago, we had veterans from World War I.
Wow.
So I mean, and again,
that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I have
in
to
terms
say.
of this is a retirement community.
Sure.
Well,
But they're still living. At that time. That's the cool part, that they were still living.
Yeah, right, exactly. And so I was enamored with the Veterans Club, and thinking in terms of this really is kind of a social club that they had. What they would do is they would all have a meeting, and then they would do the Pledge of Allegiance, and then they would all talk about their war stories. And when they get through, they do a little joke kind of thing, and they say goodnight, and that was it. And I started thinking about this. This is a Veterans Club, and this is really winds up to be a social club rather than an information club. Well, the club dwindled down with people getting obviously disgusted, other people passing away, because remember, it's a retirement community. And about 4 years ago, they told me, please take over this Veterans Club. Which
and gave you full rein to run with it, right?
Exactly.
Or you took full rein to run with it. I have the feeling.
Well, I decided at that point, if I was going to do this,
do it right.
I'm going to have a club that's going to give information to veterans. We veterans have a lot of benefits that we are entitled to that we don't know anything about.
Or that are very difficult to get access
Or
to.
very difficult
I've
to
got a
get.
father that's 96, still living, that I'm trying to find out some information about him at the end of his life. I want to see what
Right,
he's
exactly.
entitled to for my
Sure.
mom.
Yeah.
It is quite difficult.
Yeah, it is.
So
It is.
this was timely for you and your community, the retirement community of Friendly Valley.
Exactly.
We need to take a quick break, but I'm anxious to find out how this thing blossomed and grew, and I know when we come
You
back,
got
Chuck
it.
Morris is going to let us know. So let's take that break. We're here on your hometown station, AM 1220, KHTS.